So what's up, guys? As always, Mike Washington, Reck Performance. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. It's Reck workout of the week. Today is week 2, right? So last week, our workout, we went over the hip hinge pattern, we went over the squat pattern, and we went over push-ups. So today we're going to make progress, right? So we're going to start off with the hip hinge. The hip hinge is more difficult, all right? And basically what I'm going to do is give you guys the ability to do a deadlift without a load, all right? So it's real simple. We're still using that same hip hinge pattern, right? But we're now going to lower the butt as if we had a barbell. So case being, this was a barbell, we had our load, right? A full deadlift, right, would be hinge at the hips and then finish with the squat, right? And we will have bumper plates on, which will give you the right height to get down to. Being that we don't have it, I'm going to combine the squat and the deadlift together, right, to make it an efficient exercise. This is going to give you guys the opportunity to feel what you would feel with the deadlift without a load bearing on your arms, right? So it's going to be weird, it's going to look crazy and wacky, but if you stick to the principles that I gave you last week and the principles that we're going to use this week, you'll be fine, all right? So again, I have a PVC pipe. You guys can use a broomstick, a mop. If you want to go get a PVC pipe, go to your local hardware store. Anything that you have that resembles this, straight line, all right? So here we go. I want to turn this way because this is my better side. I got a wacky shoulder. But anyway, remember your points of contact. Back of the head, mid-traps, tailbone, right? So, we're going to make sure that our hand is behind the cervical spine and that our bottom hand is behind the lumbar spine. We have our 3 points of contact, right? And it's still the same thing. Make sure that your elbow stays back behind the head. We don't want it to drop in front, right? And we're going to hinge, right? So this was our task last week. I hope you guys took the time out to go over it, to practice. You should have done it at least 3 times. We got our hip hinge, right? Now what we're going to add to that hip hinge is, hinge, hinge, hinge. Get what you can hinge, and we're going to squat. Bring it back up. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Squat, right? And notice the route of my hips, right? Pay big attention to that. We're gonna push back with a soft knee, right? Get your squat, and then from here, we're gonna bring everything up together, snap the hip. So that's a hinge, soft knee, squat, look at the position of my back, and up. All right? So your prescription for that exercise, today we're going to rev it up, right? The idea for us doing this program of workout of the week is to get in shape or to at least have an idea of what you're doing when you go to a gym, right? So today, we're going to do 3 sets of 7 reps. Awkward number, like, why 7? Don't worry about it. 7 reps, you'll understand later. 3 sets, 7 reps, right? Maintain that pace that we used last week of a 3 count. So the hinge is going to be 3, 2, 1. Get your squat, bring it back to the top. All right? So that's going to be your deadlifts for this week. Later on, if you guys get better, as you guys get stronger and get more efficient in your movements, of course, we'll increase. Now, for the squat today, we're going to do the same thing that we did. We're not going to use this PVC pipe. So, I'm going to use this yoga block, right? And this is going to be your first step to increasing the load, right? So what's going to happen is that if you have a weight, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, whatever you have, if you don't have anything, you can just grab something, right? Something that's maybe more than 3 or 4 pounds, right? And don't worry about the weight now. I just want you to understand that when you're lifting, when you're moving, your body will adjust to do what it has to do to complete a movement, right? We don't want you to compensate. So, we're going to hold this right in front of the chest, right? It's not weight bearing. I just want you to be able to move the body around, causing different movements within your patterns, right? So, we're going to get a simple squat. We're gonna hold this right in front of the pec, right? On the way down, we wanna raise this left hand. Remember, on the way down, we're bowing the knees out, right? Nothing crazy, just enough to open up the hip joint to allow you to get deeper into your squat. So it'll look like this, right? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, right? We want to maintain that vertical torso, right? You don't want to hinge over in the front. And I'll show you to the front. I'll show you on the lateral review what a hinge at the top looks like, which we're trying to get rid of, right? So, we don't want to give up the torso, right? We're not hinging, we're squatting. So, we want that torso to be as vertical as we can keep it, right? The number one thing that happens, usually in my experience, is people are going down, down, down. They don't know how to engage their abs, right? So the first thing that happens is they give up the torso. So it felt like you moved, but you didn't go anywhere. I mean, just watch the hips, right? Just watch the motion of the hips, right? You're going down, 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 and now all you did was bend over. So you didn't go anywhere. What we want to do is maintain that vertical torso, keeping the ribs down, tight, right? Ribs close to the hips, as always. We're going to go down and up, right? 3, 2, 1, and up. And some people will say, well, why is he not using the weight? Why is he using the yoga block? I just want you to get familiar with holding a weight, because we're going to use different variables of weights. We're going to use dumbbells. We're going to use kettlebells. We're going to use sandbags. You can use a gallon of water, a gallon of milk. Fitness is everywhere, all right? If you don't have the ability to get to a gym, that does not have to stop you. There's something around your house, your child, mothers with newborns. Like, you're going to be picking up a baby every day. So you can find a bag. I'm sure you guys, you females, have purses that are 15 pounds and you walk around with every day. They're beautiful bags, right? And then you have a child, and you have to be able to pick up your child, right? So let's find something in that house. Let's find that 15-pound purse that you have full of Lord knows what. Hold it, right? Throw it on the hip. Do something. Throw it on the shoulder, excuse me, not the hip. Find anything that you have. Like, fitness is really everywhere. There's no limitations. You just have to be able to and willing to do what it takes to get it done, right? Should I show you again from this way? I'm going to use my left hand right in front of the chest. You know, kind of resemble a football. You gotta play football if you play football, right? Vertical torso, and we're going down, right? Stay true to your count. 3, 2, 1, and up. All right? So that's that for the squat. Bringing it back to the push-ups, I want you guys to stay what we did last week, right? Keep the toes tucked. If you have your yoga block, you can place that underneath your chest so that you know you have a physical cue of how low you need to go, all right? Remember, we're gonna start off knees underneath the hips, toes tucked, hands underneath the shoulders. From this position is where we slide it back just a bit, all right? To get that angle that we need. From here, we're not gonna arch the back, we're not gonna round the back, right? Nice neutral spine. And from here, we're just taking our chest down, we're bringing the whole torso down as a unit. And up. So again, it'll be 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. I don't want you guys to change the push-ups just yet. Later on, I have a progressional video. Maybe tomorrow or Wednesday I'll post for you guys. Keep sending in your videos, keep sending in your content. Your prescription for this workout this week, for the deadlift pattern that I showed first, it's going to be 3 sets, 7 reps. On that hinge, it's going to be a 3 count. 3, 2, 1. Get your squat and stand tall. Right? For the squat, it's going to be the same thing. 3 sets of 7. So that means you're going to do 7 on the right, 7 on the left. When you complete both sides, that'll be 1 set. So it's 7 this way, 7 that way. That's 1 set. And for your push-ups, you're going to do 3 sets of 7. Still keeping that 3 count. Yes, right now it's real boring. It's time consuming. But the gains and strength that you're going to accomplish, you'll thank me for later. So stick to your count, stick to your training, don't give up on it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, send your direct messages. As you guys can see who send me emails of your videos, I'm quick to get back to you guys. If not, I'll at least respond and then send you a video if you need it. So feel free to do so. Mr. Reck Performance on YouTube, Reck Performance on Instagram. Check me out, guys. Refer a friend. Let's get busy. Check you guys later.